What's going on, everybody? Vasette here at Outdoors with V. Hope everyone's doing well. We are out here in the George Washington National Forest, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. Slightly windy, 68 degrees. The time right now, 2:26 p.m. We've actually camped at this specific site here behind me before. Just wanted to make this quick stop, check things out. We're going to continue to drive up this mountain, and conditions here couldn't be better. Lately, it's been raining, it's been snowing, it's been windy here on the channel in the last couple episodes. So it is nice to get a break from all that and have excellent conditions such as these. So we're gonna go ahead and keep driving. As y'all saw there, we've been driving for quite a ways. Some spots were rough, some spots were fairly easy, but we've made it this far. Let's keep going. I'll bring y'all back. This fire pit right here, someone set this up and then decided not to use it. You can still see there's green grass in there, no ash, nothing like that. These rocks, they were scattered all over the place the last time I was here. And we've been here 2 or 3 times. The first time we ever came out here was on a backpacking trip. I literally hiked that entire trail, that entire forest road all the way up here. That was the first time we were here. And then the second time we did a truck camping adventure, and I want to say we were here another time as well, but this has never been here. Usually I actually put my tent right there where the fire pit is. Anyway, we are out here. Let's go ahead and set up camp. Everybody, there's evidence of wildlife in this area. Now, obviously, we're in the middle of nowhere. Absolute middle of nowhere. No buildings, no homes, nothing out here for a long, long ways. And so there's coyote poo everywhere. I've stepped on some, I've seen some. There's some that are extremely old, and then some that are fairly fresh. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the old stuff. And over here near the truck, I actually stepped in it, but it is what it is. Now you can tell that this is coyote poo because it's got hair. See that? Well, there's even a fly on it. You see it? Even though there's evidence of wildlife out here, obviously, and I'll tell you this, there's a ton of bear. You know what I mean? Rattlesnakes are out here, deer, so on and so forth. I've said this before. Even though there's evidence, even though they're out here, they want nothing to do with me. When you're in the wild like this, Animals want nothing to do with you. They're scared, terrified of humans. And so I can eat, I can sleep, I can hang out, and I don't have to worry. All right, everybody, the tent is all set up here. We're using the North Face Wawana 4-person tent, and I absolutely love this thing. I've used this tent a few times here on the channel. As a matter of fact, the very first time we used it was on the very first episode here at Outdoors with V. I love this thing. It has withstood a couple rain events, one of which a tropical storm. So, Tropical Storm Debbie. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my sleep system, put on the Rainfly, and also put some items inside of the tent from the truck. I'll bring y'all back a little later. For the last 30 minutes or so, I have been putting up my Rainfly, been putting some things inside the tent, and I have been attempting to find some soft ground anywhere in this area here. I've been using my axe here, actually my hatchet, to hammer this tent stake into the ground. Check that out, it's all bent. And the reason why I'm doing that, or trying to do that, is because I'm trying to create an awning with my tent pole and my cordage. So I have not been able to secure the end of this cordage line to the ground because it's just not soft enough. So what I did, I took one of the rocks from that fire pit. Check this out. There it is there. And I just wrapped my cordage line around it. I'm just gonna place the rock here to brace the end of that line so this awning can stay up. Now, if I have to, I'll do the same thing on the other side. Here, just like that. If there's no soft ground over here. All right, See if we can find some soft ground. I have a bad feeling about this, everybody. I don't think we're gonna be able to find anything over here. Nope. Let's see here. What about this spot right here? Let's see. Nope. Look, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get another rock. Let's see here. This one looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this wrapped tightly around that. And what I can also do, I can put another rock on top of these two rocks to make it even more secure. Now here's the other thing. I'm not expecting any wind. Not really, not that much. So if it was really windy out here, I wouldn't do this, you know what I mean? And when it's time to go to bed or time to just go inside the tent for the rest of the night, I'm going to take all this down anyway and close it all up. So yeah, that's the plan. All right, everybody, real quick, check that out. There's the brace right there. I have 3 rocks now. That isn't going anywhere. Same thing on the other side here. Could not find any soft ground. 3 rocks secured at the bottom, 2 rocks on top. Let's go ahead and take a look at the setup. I'm going to set up the tripod over here. There is the sun right there. And let me put this here. Tilt this down. There we go. We got shade, baby. Yeah, baby. Shade. Now, listen, I already said this. I'm not expecting any storms, any wind, any rain, nothing like that. If that was going to happen and I couldn't find any soft ground over here, I would try to figure out a way to better brace this, or I wouldn't do it at all. But let's say I was able to brace both of these sides even better. I would also take another one of my tent poles and I'd stick it right here in the middle, right? That way I can create a better pitch for rain water to fall down off of this fly. And that prevents pooling, right? So if you don't have anything here to create the slant on both sides, all you're doing is you're allowing your tent to collect water right here in the middle. It's just gonna keep coming down and down. And you don't want that unless you want something to rip or something to break, right? Anyways, everybody, that is my setup. I'm gonna go ahead and get my chair. It is 5:17 p.m. It's time to relax. Oh man, this feels good, everybody. The only thing that is slightly taking away from this trip and like being able to fully relax, there are a ton of bugs out here. I don't know if you can see them, but they are flying all around me. I have like these tiny bug bites all over me. And I've applied bug spray probably 2 or 3 times, and these guys are hungry out here. They don't care. I have been chilling. I have been relaxing for probably 25 minutes or so. Here in a minute, I'm gonna collect some firewood, and I'm going to get dinner ready, get the cooler out, and make some dinner. So before I do all that though, again, I'm gonna sit here for a little while, relax, and just enjoy some me time. All right, everybody. Tonight for our fire, we are using this stove slash fire pit by Camping Moon. I've used this on the channel before. The main reason why we're not using that fire pit is because I have my cordage line running over top of it to secure this tent pole. So obviously that's not a good idea. So let's go ahead and set this up. You've seen this on the channel, like I said. Very easy setup. Let's go ahead and get all the components out here. First things first, you got the base right here. So we're gonna put it, let's go right here for now. All right, and then we have the ember catcher. That goes there like that. Then we have the main component where all the fire gets contained. And then we have the platform where either firewood or charcoal sits on, just like that. Very easy. If you're gonna grill, let's say you want to grill burgers, a steak, or you want to place some bread, flatbread or whatever on here, this is very simple. You have these hooks. You just attach them here, hook them right on the side of the main component here, and then you're good to go. Check that out. The type of firewood that I've collected is good enough for a small fire, and that is what this is perfect for. I love this thing. Anyways, got the firewood done, got this set up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up now, and that's because I want to deter these bugs, right? I want them out of here while I'm cooking. And so, yeah, let's set the fire up now. I'll bring you back. Don't ask me why I decided to place all my firewood way over there and set my fire pit up over here. Sometimes I do things that don't make sense. Anyways, let's keep going. Yes! Kobe! All right, everybody, I know you've been wondering, like, Facet, what are you making? What are you gonna eat with this ground chicken and jalapenos? What are you cooking up? So, very simple. I absolutely love lettuce wraps. You just get some meat, some lettuce, and this is actually really easy. So these are already cut for you. These are the single cut leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear this open and have my first lettuce wrap. My preferred meat for lettuce wraps is definitely ground chicken, and I like to go the 92-8 route. 92% lean, 8% fat. Let's see here. Don't want to do too much. Oh man, look at that. Make sure we get the jalapenos in there. Check that out. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well or not. So I got my lettuce wrap. I got my ginger ale zero. And Nature's TV with this fire right here. Bon appetit, everybody. If you put too much meat on there, you can make a big mess. First one down, many more to go. Cheers. Hey everybody, before it gets too dark, I wanted to bring this up. So we're in the George Washington National Forest. We're in the mountains. We are in the middle of absolute nowhere. And when you are out here, especially by yourself, you have to have the right equipment with you just in case a tree is down on the trail and you can't really maneuver back, or let's say you're spending the night and the wind picks up overnight, or a tree falls overnight somewhere along the trail on the way back down. You have to have the right equipment. So first, always bring a hatchet or some sort of axe. Let me take this sheath off here. There's that. Then I have a handsaw there, a handsaw for smaller twigs and branches. Then I have an electric chainsaw. Check this out. This is my chainsaw, and this is by DeWalt. Check that out. Now, this is a 16-inch DeWalt, and I got my oil here, but I'm not gonna put any more in there. But let's put the battery on here, and I'll fire this thing up for you. Got this safety lock thing here. All right, to engage it, just push this back. Oh yeah, this thing is awesome. Now, I've used a model before this one before. No reason why this shouldn't work. I probably should have already tested this out, but I'm almost 99.9% positive that this is good to go. You know what I mean? It's clean. Obviously, it hadn't been used before, but I had a DeWalt, what was it? I think 12-inch or 14-inch before, and I decided to get something bigger. And I also had a 16 or 18-inch Cobalt from Lowe's, and that one was garbage. It did not work very well. It always got stuck, like mid-cut. Anyways, I just wanted to show you the equipment, what I bring with me on these types of trips, because I do not want to be stranded or frankly wait on someone to help me, especially when I don't have service. You know, you could be standing there or sitting there for quite a while before someone shows up to help you that has a chainsaw. So anyways, everybody, I'll see y'all back at the fire. I gotta back up. I'll be honest, I think my leg hairs are burning off. Oh man, that's better. This is nice and warm. So it is 8:11 p.m. Time has flown by, and it's definitely getting darker out here. I'll also say this, it's getting chilly. When I walk away from the fire or when I kind of just sit still, I can start to feel the cool air hit me, you know what I mean? So when we're done here at the fire, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put some long pants on and probably a hoodie. And we'll wait until we go inside the tent for that. But for now, we'll sit and relax by the fire. The downside of having these small fire pits, they go through firewood like crazy. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of space in there. It's semi-deep, but I mean, the fire just builds up so quickly, and you know, before you know it, your fire is starting to die down, I don't know, 10 minutes later, sometimes even 5 minutes later. I have been feeding this thing religiously for like the last, I don't know, hour and a half. It is 8:14 p.m. 8:14. It is getting late. So I only have like, I don't know, maybe 4 big pieces left, and everything else is just really small. So whenever I'm done with that, we'll be done with the fire. And like I said, we'll head inside the tent and change. Yeah, and then we'll talk a little more. Then we'll go to bed. I have a very early start tomorrow. I gotta wake up as early as possible. I'm gonna set my alarm for, I don't know, before 6 a.m. But I don't know if I'll be able to wake up or not. I have been so busy this entire week leading up to this trip. So I'm pretty exhausted. But I needed this trip. I needed it. I'm here, relaxing, talking to you all, having a great time. Having a great time. Everybody, this feels amazing. Like I said a little bit ago, it's getting chilly out here, and I can certainly feel it. Also, it's getting dark fast. Went ahead and got my lantern out so you can see me. I want to talk about a few things. Let's see. I took some screenshots. This will be the last conversation we have before we head inside the tent. So I want to respond to a few questions or comments from our viewers here. And first, let's see. Wow, let's go with this one first. It's definitely fitting because this question is regarding the North Face Wawana series of tents. There's actually 2 of them. There's a 4-person and a 6-person. Both tents I've used on this channel. The episode where my wife Ashley is with me, we're actually using the orange version, the orange color 6-person Wawana. That tent is huge. It's massive. And we really enjoyed spending the night in that. Anyway, this question is from Andrew Tyndall, 1433. He says, hey, love your content. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. And thank you for supporting and watching. Where did you get your knowledge and experience from? That's the first question. The second question is, which is your favorite tent? The Wawana 4 or the Wawana 6? And so first, my experience, I've said this on the channel before. I grew up camping, going outside with my dad. We used to go fishing all the time, almost every weekend. And we would sleep under the stars. We would set up a tarp. We would just sleep on the ground. We would set up a 4-person or a 3-person tent and just have a great time, father and son. You know what I mean? And over the years, obviously as I got older, as he got older, I went on and, kind of did my own thing, and I'm doing this, right? I'm doing this for YouTube. But yeah, that's where my experience is from. As far as the tents, this one's my favorite. It's a little smaller inside, obviously, but I love it. It doesn't take as long to put up as the 6-person, even though that one is a great tent, a lot of space. I like this one. I like this one better because you can still stand up in it, but it's a little smaller, practical, and much faster to put up. All right, next up, this is JYO, or JYO 8914. This comment is in regards to my preview of the Teton Sports Mountain Ultra 4-person tent in red. And this person says, thanks for this. This tent seems to hit the Goldilocks zone for me and the wife. Good size, easy to set up and take down, excellent quality and airflow, and not $400 like some other tents we've been looking at. When the old $89 Coleman finally gives up the ghost, this is in the cart. So listen, first I want to address this because I absolutely love that tent. The Teton Sports Mount Ultra 4-person tent. It's an incredible tent. But I just got my hands on the One Tigris Jovian 4-person tent, and there are some similarities. Now, I want to say the Jovian seems a little bit bigger, but we'll see. In the next adventure or two, I don't know when, but I'm going to be using that tent as it gets warmer and warmer. I really look forward to using that tent, and obviously I'll be using the Teton Sports one as well. But no, I completely agree. It's a great tent. It will be an excellent buy once your Coleman breaks on you or craps out or whatever you want to call it, right? Good luck to you, and let me know when you buy the Teton Sports Mountain Ultra tent. Scrolling through my phone here to see what I captured. Let's go with this one. This is the final one here. Looks like the fire is dying down. So this one's from the North End. I do want to get that backpack. So let me give you some backstory on this. This person, the North End, is referring to the Decathlon 4Kles Trek 100 70-liter backpack. That backpack is incredible. So he's commenting, he or she is commenting on one of my hiking episodes, one of my backpacking episodes. And let me just say this. If you decide to purchase that backpack, which it looks like you are trying to determine if you should get the 70-liter or 50-liter, yeah, which one would you suggest? So let me just say this. I prefer bigger backpacks. I'm sure all of you know this by now. I would go ahead and just get the 70-liter because you have enough space to carry pretty much anything you want, okay? I mean, that backpack is incredible. Not only is it incredible, but it is a hauler. I mean, that thing can carry extremely well. It's made of outstanding material and very durable, very reliable. It's got an amazing harness system that you can adjust on the fly extremely easily. But the best part about that backpack, the best thing about that backpack is it is extremely affordable. It is very budget friendly. I believe it's only $110 or something like that. And if I'm wrong, I'll flash it on the screen. But yeah, a great buy. I definitely recommend. All right, everybody. We are all smoke here. There's a little bit of fire left, but not really. I'm going to go ahead and pack some stuff up, clean up a little bit, take down this awning. And again, thank you to the 3 folks that I shouted out for commenting, for just supporting the channel and engaging with the community. I greatly appreciate you all. We are inside the tent. It is 9:20 p.m. And here in a minute, we're going to call it a night. I'm going to turn this camera off and just relax, right? And try to get some sleep. Before I do that, though, I wanted to bring up a conversation I had with a viewer. His name is Chris. First, let me say this. Chris, thank you so much for reaching out to me and engaging in conversations with me. I love when viewers reach out and ask questions or they just want to chat, right? So anyway, Chris emailed me and had some questions, but his main question was about types of camping trips. Like, he asked me, what's your favorite type? The reason why Chris had this question for me is because he was really more so talking about or asking about my solo adventures, solo backpacking, solo truck camping, and solo sleeping in my vehicle, right? He wants to try solo camping for the first time. He's never done it. He's gone out with his family. He's gone out with his buddies, but he's extremely excited and interested in going solo. And my response was very simple. I just told him, it depends on what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, how much work you want to do. Because when you're out there by yourself, it's all on you, buddy. It is all on you. Like, if you make a mistake, it's your fault. If you twist your ankle, it's on you to get help or get to safety. If you get lost, it's on you. You have to be mentally and physically prepared to take that on. You know what I mean? Ask yourself that question. And if you are, and you want to try solo, any type of camping, factor that in. You know what I mean? Think about the risks. Think about what can happen and be as prepared as possible. Like, do your research, know where you're going, look at the weather, understand the patterns, so on and so forth. Anyways, that was my conversation with Chris. Chris, thank you for reaching out. I appreciate your support, man, and it was a great conversation. I cannot wait to hear what you decide to do. Let me know. All right, everybody. It's time for me to try to get some sleep. I'm going to lay on this mattress and just relax, chill out. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is 5:45 a.m. It's time to get my day started. It's going to be a very quick morning. I have to get on the road. I have a lot of stuff to do today. Regular work. I got some plans with Ashley. I actually have a very long day ahead of me in a long week. So I'm going to go ahead and get up and probably have some coffee, quick protein shake. But again, it's going to be a very quick morning. So I'll bring y'all back here in just a moment. Everybody, this coffee smells amazing, and it's gonna hit the spot. Oh man, that is perfect. Got my protein shake. This is by Fairlife. This is Core Power, 26 grams protein. It's not bad. This is one of the better tasting, like, ready to go protein shakes. So I'm gonna enjoy that this morning as well. I've already said this is gonna be very, very quick. I have a lot of stuff to do today. I got plans with Ashley. I have, let's see here, work, regular work, and appointments to get to. It's gonna be a long day. Not only a long day, but it's gonna be a long week. And I say that to say this, right? That is why I come out on these trips. I've said this many, many times before. This is my chance to hit the reset button, right? To recharge, replenish, and rejuvenate. You know what I mean? I talk about like rejuvenating my soul, you know? Nothing does my body and my mind, you know, physical, mental, like nothing does it better than a camping trip. Whether that be a trip like this, a backpacking trip, or sleeping in my car, whatever the case is, I absolutely love it, and it's what I need. Nice and cold from my cooler. Oh yeah. That is really, really good. Again, quick, on the go, ready to roll. Protein shake, baby. I'm going to touch on one subject before I call this episode, and that is the backpacking trip I told you all about that was planned for this month, April, with my Uncle Brett and my brother Rathana. So, obviously, we're not doing it this month anymore. A few weeks ago, we had it planned. It was ready to go. We had our gear planned. We had where we were going planned. Everything was ready to go, right? But the same week that we decided to go, temperatures like plummeted. We were going to be in the mountains, 3,500 feet plus. And so we had a decision to make. You know, I was good to go because I have the experience. I've done this before, right? And I love cold weather backpacking. But my brother Rathana and my Uncle Brett, they were a little worried about that. You know what I mean? Rightfully so. You know, I definitely understood that. So instead, we wanted to push the trip to, I don't know, end of May, early June, where we know the temperature is going to be at least in the, you know, high 50s, mid 60s, maybe even 70s, right? So that is why we did not go on the trip, and that's why we have to wait. So just wanted to let you all know that. I forgot to mention this as well. The chance of rain was 70%. 70% for the mountains. And so, yeah, the combination of wet weather and cold temperatures, it's just a recipe for disaster, especially for, you know, Brett and Rathana, you know, first time backpacking, being miserable. And quite honestly, I didn't want to be responsible for them being miserable or freezing or too wet. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now you're probably wondering, well, Vasette, why didn't you go? You know what I mean? And the answer is real simple. When I told Ashley that the guys didn't want to go anymore, she looked at me with the, you know, the puppy, sad puppy eyes, and she said, you know, babe, why don't you just go ahead and stay home? And I couldn't say no. You know what I mean? I took advantage of, you know, the fact that the trip was pretty much canceled. You know, Ashley wanted me to stay home with her and the kids, and I just thought it was nice to just relax and take the weekend and spend time with the family. All right, everybody, it is time to get out of here. 6:50. I'm actually running late. I'm gonna go ahead and call the episode here. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this trip. I had an amazing time. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you can get notifications on future episodes coming up. That's it, everybody. I'm out of here. Take care.